Hey, how is everyone doing? Okay, so I broke something at home and I have to run to the store, and I realized that I have not done anything to address anybody in so long. So I thought maybe I should catch you all up. How you doing? So, a little cucumber infused water for the girls who are curious. No, we do an infusion in this house. So I am going to back up and I am going to show you my bag and talk about what's in my bag, and then we are going to head out. I have to be quick because honestly, the way this gas is set up, I'm not trying to really be sitting here wasting gas. So the bag that I have today is my Coach bucket bag. I don't really know what it's called, but it is in the Jacquard signature canvas. And I like this because it is a more material canvas versus some of the more waterproof canvases, or I guess I would say like more resistant canvases. So this is what we're looking like on the inside. And I'm just going to run through and tell you what this bag fits. It fits pretty much everything you could imagine. This is my car key and Volkswagen Passat 17, and that's the year. And this is a Coach lanyard that I got. I got this during a sale and it was like 15 bucks or something. But I like this because it's so large and so it's easy to keep things. These are my headphones, and they are the Apple AirPod Pros. And this is a Coach canvas AirPod case that I got from the outlet. It was on sale like 20-25 bucks probably. And then I actually bought another one just like this, but it was this like a green olive leather, pebble leather, and I gave it to my husband because I wanted this strap but not the case. So that's what I have. I have a mask because I still wear my mask sometimes. I've had like 3 or 4 boosters. I've gotten more than how do I say it? More than everyone else. I needed an extra one than other people did. That's all I'm gonna say. And so sometimes I wear my mask if it's a really crowded place, and then if it's not, I don't. So I brought that just to be safe. And these masks are from Banana Republic, and I like them because they stay very black. They're breathable, and I've worn one of these for up to like 4 hours because of things I was doing, and it wasn't a burden. This is a vintage or very near vintage Coach Jacquard key case that I have, and I have a whole bunch of stuff from this line. I have like 2 or 3 bags. I have this and some coin cases and stuff. And this one, I keep my keys. And I also, I keep my keys. I have this little sterling silver key that my mom gave me. I have this coin from the Dallas Holocaust Museum, and it says, be the catalyst for change. And I also have this Upstanders keychain because throughout the museum they talk about people who just stand and watch while things happen, and then upstanders, who are people who recognize something and then they address it. And I typically is someone who will speak out about something, even sometimes to my detriment. So I'm already naturally that way. But it's a nice reminder, and I keep that with me all the time. I also have this, which is a coin case from the same Coach line. And inside of it, I keep my Apple AirTag, and it's got a little robot on it. You can customize them if you order them from the website. So my husband got some and customized them. And I keep that with me all the time, just in case for some reason I lose my bag. I would be able to find it. And then in this one, I have, it's another little coin case. And I would have 3, but I'm nearly convinced that someone stole one from me because it had earpods in it and my earpods went missing too. And I was in a public place, not in my home, not with people that I know, so I don't feel comfortable making that statement just boldly, but I'm fairly certain somebody stole them from my bag. And I have a little Chloe double compact mirror. I got this on like eBay for really cheap, so I don't even know if it's a real Chloe compact, but I don't care. I needed a little compact. I also have some Estee Lauder compact that my aunt gave me, and then I also have a Chanel one that my other aunt gave me. Cool, man. I got this, which is a coin case that I got when I was in Cancun a couple weeks ago, or like a week ago. And I have some spearmint gum in it. And I got one for me and one for my grandma and gave her the other one. And then I have my wallet, and this is the Louis Vuitton Recto Verso wallet. And I love this wallet. I've had it for over a year now, and it looks brand new. I don't really use mine the way other people do, I guess, because I don't use any of the pockets on the back. I don't really have a need. So everything just looks brand new to me. And then recently, I got a hair tie. And recently I got this, and it is a Louis Vuitton cigarette case. And I got it because, I don't talk about it a lot, but everyone knows that I use cannabis and cannabis products. And I keep a vaporizer in there, and it is just in there. And I just have that. Typically, I wouldn't talk about using cannabis or anything, but for the sake of this and why I have it, I felt like it was kind of necessarily to disclose that. So it is a little cigarette case, and it is an authentic one that I found online, and it is from 2008. So it's not vintage, but it's getting up there in age. And then I just put everything back in. I kind of like to have things a certain way, so hold on. And then I can show it to you. And then I have to go because I'm sure my husband is wondering, why am I sitting in the driveway making a damn video? And then just like that, there you go. So now we're off to the races. So my family and I, we went to Cancun to celebrate my mom's 50th birthday. And we had a really good time. Sorry, my parking brake was up a little bit. And we had a really good time, and it was my mom, my aunt, her sister, and my cousin, my aunt's daughter, my aunt's husband, James, my husband, and myself. And we had a really good time. There was supposed to be rain every single day when we went. And thankfully, just by the grace of Beyonce, it didn't rain. It would sprinkle a little bit in the morning time, but it didn't rain. It was quite humid, but I mean, we went to Cancun in June, so there's only so much that you can really expect and say, right? I'm drinking funny because that straw is metal and it has a rubber tip, but I don't trust it with my teeth. We went to an all-inclusive resort, and in truth, I think that was the best part of the trip, because when my husband and I go out, yes, we could go eat and get whatever we want, but also we are budget conscious people. So, there have been times when, okay, like one of our favorite steakhouses to go to while we're in town, our favorite steakhouse in general is in Vegas. It's a place called Bavette's. And if you ever get the opportunity, you should go. I believe it's in the MGM casino. It's a really, really, really nice steakhouse. They have another location in Chicago. And if I'm ever there, I would go. So there's like that. And like you go and it's like a nice thing. But then there's other places we go where it's like this place Jasper's, and it is at least a step or two down from Bavette's, but you could still go there and get an old fashioned, and it's like $18. So you go there and you're kind of being conscious of what you're getting and how you're spending and what you're ordering, and that's just natural, I think, for nearly all of us. Well, you go there to an all-inclusive, and you can just try whatever you want, do whatever you want. And I think that is something that's nice, because most people don't live a life where we get to just have and try whatever we want, whenever we want. I did want to go shopping in the city, but I knew that I wasn't going to. And in part because of COVID, but also people, just a lot of people were, even the people at the resort, were suggesting against it. And in the past, when I was younger and we would go to Cancun or stuff, we would be able to walk around the city. One of my greatest memories is my mom and I going with her boyfriend at the time, and we just kind of walked off the beaten path, and the next thing we knew, we were eating in some hole-in-the-wall restaurant with a dirt floor and straw ceiling, for real. And we were having the time of our lives, and we ate a whole meal, the three of us, and it was $5. Honey, we were able to tip the person just as much as we ate, and it was we did something, right? And shopping for jewelry and stuff like that, and it just wasn't on the table this time. So they had a market that they would bring, and they would set it up between where I stayed and the resort next to it, which was cool because we had access to the resort next to ours and all of their amenities, and maybe vice versa, but at least that way. And it was nice because where we were staying was an adult only place, but the place next to us was a family children environment. So the things that they offered were just pretty much fundamentally different from what you could get at the resort that we were at. And I think our resort was better. We walked around, we did the little market thing. It would have been cute, but it wasn't necessarily what I wanted. I will say I did buy a handbag there and a necklace, because the handbag was really cute and handmade. And the necklace, same. And the necklace was also the color, it's turquoise, and so it's a real bright blue color, and that's the color the ocean was, so I thought that was nice. When we were flying out there to the resort, they offered us the opportunity to upgrade to business class, first class, I guess, if it's a domestic flight. So we took it because we knew that I was probably going to go over on my bag anyway. So we figured that if we went business class, it would just include what they were going to charge me for the bags anyways, which is true. And on the way home, they charged us $65 or $70 for our bags, which I think that we paid $120 to upgrade our tickets total, maybe, or each. But either way, by the time you do that, you've already almost paid for one person. Might as well just do it. And so when we flew out there, it was really nice. I was the very first seat in the plane. So I was the first person on the plane, the first person off the plane, and I didn't have to deal. On the way home, it was really not that bad, and we were on the exit row. So, oh hi. We were on the exit row, so it was really nice. We had extra like leg space. The only thing is, okay, so when we came, like this past Sunday, they changed the legislation so you no longer have to have a negative COVID test to re-enter the country. But when we went, you did. Or when we came home, you did. So we went and got tested. It was fine. I think we ended up paying like $35 each for the test, which, okay, fine. So I knew that people had to have a negative COVID test to come home. And the window seat was for James. I was in the middle, and then there was this man next to me, and his wife was on the other side of the aisle. And he just kept yawning. Like, he was this big Brazilian man, and he just kept yawning and coughing and breathing and talking and wearing no mask on the plane. And I could smell his breath through my mask. It smelled like when you have a cavity, and it was so gross. And I did not want to be. I didn't like it. I didn't like. I've always been nasty about. I've always thought people were gross, anyways. So for me, adjusting to not wearing a mask is a little more difficult than it was for me to adjust to wearing a mask, because people are gross. So I was really uncomfortable with that, and then finally he kind of like closed his mouth, and I think at some point he even put his mask on, so that was cool. And then the other weird thing was that we were on the exit row, and my husband had the window seat, and then right across from him was a seat facing the rear, like a rear facing seat, and it's where the flight attendant was sitting. And so there was like, 15-20 minutes taking off and landing where the flight attendant is just sitting, and they were basically touching knees and staring at each other and trying to find a way that they could not be staring at each other. And it was kind of awkward. I would have hated it if I were in his spot. Me and her kept looking at each other, and it's just because it's the only thing in front of you, and it was awkward, so that was weird. Outside of that, everything was cool. Back to the resort, that was fine too. There was oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm driving and there is a car. What? Oh my god, there's a car that's completely flipped over. And I'm driving through like city streets, but it's like there's a lot of apartments, so it's like residential here, and the maximum speed is like 35 miles an hour. I don't know how they flipped their car, but it was the hotel was really cool. The people that worked there were really nice. The beach was really, really nice. It wasn't super pro-gay, and it also wasn't an environment which I felt like I needed to suppress any of my identity or feelings. If I wanted to kiss my husband, I kissed my husband. If we wanted to hold hands, we held hands. We just lived like we normally would. And I like that because it wasn't, I'm 35. I'm not 15, 20 anymore. So I don't want to be at a pride event where I'm, seeing drag shows and doing rainbows, everything, everywhere. I don't want that right now while I'm on vacation with my mom for her birthday. I just wanted to relax and mind my business, right? But I also didn't want to feel like, am I going to get arrested or beaten or harassed if I look at my husband the wrong way, or if, his room service is going to come in here and fuck with us if they think that we're gay, because we are. And that just wasn't the vibe. It was very much just, when we got there, they were, hello, Mr. Knuckles. They presented us with a bottle of champagne in the car and glasses of champagne when we arrived at the hotel. They knew that we were married. It was just like nobody cared. And in a way, I think that that's like super awesome. Normalcy. We just got to act like everyone else, and I really enjoyed that. I'm trying to think if there was really anything else. When we went, they offered us this tour, and if you did this tour and like consider doing timeshare, and then they would like give you all of these like incentives, like money you could spend at the resort and all kinds of other stuff. And we were like, we'll consider it, but we had no desire to do it. And they were promising, like, you know, like while you're here on vacation, you could get a bottle of tequila and like you could have a cabana and all this stuff. And we decided to wait 24 hours and then decide. And I think that's what most people should do. They didn't, I mean, we weren't there to party or anything crazy. So for us, the things they offered us to sit at this thing, even if we decided not to go through with it, didn't make sense. But for some people, I'm sure it does, and it is worth their time. It was just, I did the math, and I was like, you know, honestly, it's not worth sitting here and doing this so that we can get like a $65 discount on a couples massage. Not worth it. We'll just get the massage and just pay the money, because the hour that we would have spent doing that, I spent sitting by the beach and just cleansing my mind. And, you know, like, imagine if my brain were a junk drawer. Then I was going through and I was taking the things that I no longer need and getting rid of them. And I was taking all the thoughts that could be like, you could compare to like a random phone cord, right? A random charger and stuff that you find in there. I took all of these random thoughts that needed to be compartmentalized and organized, forgotten about, processed. I took those things and I kind of sorted them out while I sat on the beach and just didn't speak for an hour and a half, 2 hours. That was something that to me was more worth it than going to this sales pitch that I'm not going to participate in, right? But that's something that they really hound you about, and I think that you should just be open and honest about how you feel. For some people it's worth it. I didn't think it was. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we really have been going on. I can't really think. I don't know if I've told anyone how long it's been since I've made a video. But my best friend, she's like my sister, really. She got married a few weeks ago, and I was in the wedding, so we also did that. And that was pretty cool. It was an experience. I didn't have a wedding like that. I just got married. I kind of eloped, I guess you would say. So it was interesting to be in that experience and to just kind of see what that's like. And I got a cute bag, of course. I will like inject a little clip or something of the bag so that you can see what it looks like. But it is the Coach Triangle City Block bag, and I had ordered it once before, and then I decided that I no longer wanted it because I felt like I couldn't justify it. But then when I got invited to be in this wedding, it was the perfect bag for the wedding, and every time I look at it, I think of that beautiful day. And so I got it, and when I purchased it, I managed to get it at one of those times when they do discount combinations. And so they'll be like, 20% off of so-and-so bags, but then 15% off the whole website. So you'll play around and you'll get like more than you normally ever will. And they do that like 3 or 4 times a year, maybe. So when I first purchased the bag, I don't remember how much I paid, but I just know that I did the math, and the difference in what I paid the second time from the first time was like $7. So to me, it just was like, it's fine. And honestly, it's an art piece bag. I just needed a reason to get it. When we were in Cancun, that was the only thing that I really struggled with, is I packed a whole lot of handbags, like 5, and I used all of them but one. And the one that I didn't use, I didn't think I necessarily needed to bring it, but I was afraid if I didn't, I'd want it. And okay, it's fine. But I brought I brought like a Henry Bendel bag, maybe 2. I brought some Coach bags. I brought a Brandon Blackwood bag. It's this really cute bag that I got when he first started his website, and he made these little totes and they said end systemic racism on them, and I bought it for like 75 bucks, and I went to go try to get another one for a loved one, and those bags have jumped up to $300 to $350 depending on where you're getting it. And you have to get them from the secondhand market because they are no longer in production with Brandon Blackwood's company. I hope they bring them back because I want more. But mine was perfect for the vacation and I was so happy to have it. I will have to inject a picture of that also. I'm about to be at this store and it is not a place that I should be filming. So I will end this video and go live my life. But I just wanted to catch up with you and show you what I've been doing, tell you what I've been doing. Maybe I'll put some pictures or something from Mexico. But yeah, it was a ball. That's why I've been so quiet. And oh, and I bought a Louis Vuitton PM reporter bag for the trip, and I will show you that bag. I'll either put a clip or I'll make a video to show you. I don't know, but I'm gonna go now because it's time for me to go. But I love everyone and y'all have a great day.